Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be doing a first impression on something that is super cool, super new. Hopefully I'll like it. It's from Benefit, it's their Air Patrol. It's a BB cream and eyelid primer. I'm super excited to try it out. I've never used it before. I did pump a little bit up so it looks like some product has come up, but I haven't tried it on my lids yet. Normally when I do my eyeshadow, what I do is a layer of Milk of Magnesia, then a layer of my eyeshadow primer. Normally it is the Too Faced Shadow Insurance, my absolute favorite. And then I do a white pencil, something that's kind of sticky for the shadow to stick to. And I'm going to be using my NYX Jumbo Eyeshadow Pencil in Milk, which is getting super tiny. But I want to keep everything to be the norm. So if it's not working out for me the way that my Too Faced Shadow Insurance normally does, then I can really tell. Whereas if I don't do the Milk of Magnesia and I don't do that extra pencil, it's not going to work. I just know it won't. Just because with my lids the way they are, I know that I need to do those extra steps. So instead of just using a primer, I'm going to try all three so I can get a really good judgment of how it works during my normal routine. So this product does say use 1 click per eye. One thing that I noticed right off the bat though with the applicator is that I don't really like touching applicators to my face, just for sanitary reasons. I like keeping things clean. So I'll do a few clicks on the back of my hand and then I'll apply that product with my finger. Also, this applicator is really weird. It's like super rubbery. It's kind of like a gummy candy. I don't know. When this product is empty, I'm probably gonna like rip it off and chew on it because it's just, I don't know, it feels really weird. So on my lids right now, I guess it's safe to say that I do have my 1 layer of Milk of Magnesia just to help with oil that's going to be on my lids, because that just happens. I have very oily lids, very oily skin, so I like to do that extra step of doing Milk of Magnesia on my lid to make sure my eyeshadow lasts a lot longer and my lids don't get very oily. Also, when I did this, I did 2 clicks and then I put on the back of my hand, and I realized since I'm losing a little bit on my finger as I'm applying it, I did do an additional click just so I had a bit more product for my other side, but what's getting on my skin is the same amount as if I would have done 1 click. And it seems to go on alright, so I'm just going to use my super tiny NYX Jumbo Eyeshadow Pencil in Milk. Even before I know what shadow I'm going to use, I just always throw some of this pencil down just to make sure my shadow has something nice and sticky to stick to. Like I said, as you can see, that I'm very low on this guy just because I use it every single time, and this is like my 3rd one. And for me, this really helps cut down on any discoloration that's on my lid as well, because you're pretty much starting with like a blank canvas. And then I always just take my ring finger, press it right in, make sure it gets right close to my lash line, and then blend it out into my crease. So I'm going to jump right in with some eyeshadows now that everything is nice and blended out. It doesn't matter that this is lower over here. I'll clean that up later with a makeup wipe. So I'm going to be using just a palette from Lime Crime. This is the Aquatania palette. I got this back when I was in LA, back before I knew about all this Lime Crime scandal and stuff. Now that I have it, I'm just going to keep using it because there's no point in getting rid of it. It's a fun eyeshadow palette. Why get rid of it? Gonna dip into the lightest shade just to help blend out that blue a little bit. I'm gonna jump real quick to my Ben Nye. This is the Glam Shadow palette in the shade Shell. It's just the lightest one. Perfect brow bone highlight just to help blend out some of those blues. Then I'm gonna grab the light blue from the Naked Cosmetics pigment stack, the Cotton Candy stack. Just with that same brush I used as my brow bone highlight, I'm just going to use it to really blend out at the top here. For on the lid, I'm just going to grab the neon-y kind of green color that's in this palette. I'm just going to pack that maybe on my whole lid. I'll see how it goes. Who knows? I don't know what it is, but when I use this palette, I really like to use like all the colors. I remember I heard someone say they were doing makeup on someone and they said, "Girl, when you get an eyeshadow palette from CoverGirl, the one that has the 6 colors, you don't need to use all of them at once." And I'm just like, yeah, you do. If they didn't go together, they wouldn't be in a palette. By the way, I know that sometimes palettes, shadows don't go together. I was just kidding. I'm just going to go back in with my crease color, that dark blue, and just help blend out a little bit of that green. If I were to do the green first, a lot of it along the edges of the dark blue would be lifted up and removed just because you're placing so much color. So I like to do crease first, and then lid, and then I'll get rid of everything that's underneath, and then I'll do my under eye. So I just have a baby wipe. I'm just going to go underneath my eye, get rid of any extra makeup. I like to use the baby wipe too to help create that shape in the outer corner of my eye, right along there. So I think that looks a little bit more finished than if it just kind of is a bit wonky or uneven. So now I'm going to grab just this pencil. This is from Annabelle. It's in the shade Vortex Violet. It's not my favorite. It is one of those purple pencils that has like a blue kind of glow to it. But I just want something for my under my eye colors to stick to. And then the same palette, going with the purple on my outer corner of my lower lash line. And then I'm going to take that lighter shade, that coral one, and then go on like my inner corner and blend out the purple. So that's it for my eye makeup. I'm just going to do my face makeup and I'll be right back. So I'm all done my face now. I ended up using one of my NARS foundations. This is the All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation in the shade Mont Blanc Light number 2. It's not my favorite foundation. I know I've worn it a few times to work. It doesn't have the best long wear, but I thought for making a few videos it's going to be fine. I set my foundation with my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. I have on one of my lip colors from Essence. This is just one of their Stay Matte All Day lip colors in Velvet Rose. I just wanted to throw something on. Makeup Forever Aqua Brow, and that's pretty much it. Used a blush from Sephora collection, a few random things to fit everything together. So I have all this done now. What I'm going to do is I'll film my other videos and I'll come back and do a check on that eyelid primer in maybe it'll be a couple hours time by the time I'm finished doing all of those. Hey everyone, so really quickly, it is 1 in the morning. 1 in the morning. And I'm just coming to do a quick checkup with this eyeshadow primer. I'm actually really impressed. Obviously my face makeup is a bit lacking, and I think I rubbed off one of my eyebrows earlier. I'm not wearing anything on my lips anymore, and I've been eating and cleaning all day and doing all this stuff. But I have a little bit of transfer, if you can see. When I open my eyes, the color that's on my lid kind of transferred to like up onto my crease, but the shadow itself is really stuck down there. I'm really impressed actually. And I did my usual Milk of Magnesia and the white pencil that I use, but I'm really impressed actually, because a lot of the times, by now at least, it's been like 9 hours. That's a lot for my eyeshadow to still be looking alright. I mean, I know there is that bit of transfer, but like the eyeshadow itself isn't creased. So I mean, I guess that's getting like a 2 thumbs up. I'm really impressed. I'll still finish my Too Faced Shadow Insurance before I really dig into this guy, but my next eyeshadow primer will probably be this one after my Too Faced Shadow Insurance is all finished. And it is getting pretty low. I probably only have another month or so use out of this guy. So that is it for the review of the Benefits Air Patrol BB for Eyes and Eyelid Primer. 10 out of 10, do recommend. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will hopefully see you guys soon, and thank you for subscribing if you like what you've seen. Bye bye!